It's 9 o'clock. Could you please stand and join us for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the Monday, August 18th minutes as written?
So moved.
Second. Been moved by Abendroth, seconded by Barker. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. A motion to appoint Carolyn Harvey as clerk of Spring Creek Township to fill the vacancy until expiration of the term in January of 2027.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Been moved by McCurry and seconded by Peterson. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Angie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Please.
Well, I'm having a problem too, so we're not going to. Yeah.
Okay. Motion to review and approve the CP2 payroll notice for Jordan Anderson, full-time light equipment operator, recycling, new hire, wage classification 30-01 with a wage of $19.73.
Make a motion. I'll second.
You moved? Who was?
Abendroth did. Moved by Abendroth and seconded by Peterson. Any further discussion? This is a replacement, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Motion to review and approve the CP2 payroll notice for Kenneth Weiner, part-time 3/5 Lake Patrol, Coffee County Lake, new hire, wage classification 10-01 with a wage of $15.78, effective 8/22/25.
I'll move. I'll second.
Been moved by McCurry and seconded by Peterson. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Motion to approve the professional engineering services Coffee County Airport frontage road design and inspection in an amount not to exceed $184,750.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's wait on that because I was waiting on wage, so let's take that off for now.
Okay. So no motion, so we'll move on.
And Amber won't be here, so she just needs this.
Okay, she's not coming in.
No.
Okay. Motion upon the recommendation of the Emergency Management Director, move to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the letter of agreement between Coffee County, USD, or Unified School District, number 243, and bus contractors as presented. This agreement is being re-signed since there is a new bus contractor and new school superintendent.
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
Been moved by McCurry, seconded by Abendroth. Any further discussion?
So this is identical to the previously approved one, except for the
Yes,
new
yes,
superintendent?
yeah, and the new school bus.
It's getting a new, different people basically is the reason the way I'm taking it.
Yes.
And this is for busing services with Wolf Creek if needed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. So I
We have
guess,
to wait till 9:05. Because it was published for.
Can you, call and have Connie come down to this meeting?
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, you can go ahead and move to enter, but wait, when you.
Yeah, it's 9:15, I think.
9:05 for, roll fire?
Nine
Oh,
fifteen.
9:15. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Hold on.
905 is River City.
Right.
But I don't see them here, so.
We're making any progress on getting phase 2 ready to go? Is that what that was gonna be about?
On the road, you mean?
No, on
That was the courthouse project. Last I talked to Sarah Wilkes, she was waiting on her line to come back with another proposal design for the floor plan, and I haven't heard anything from her.
Okay, yeah, because I was curious.
seems like that's getting kicked down the road.
I haven't heard anything myself.
So I heard.
Usually how it pays for the
Yeah,
space, so we need to split one up. We need to just put it down.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
have
I
to
think
space.
it's still trying to work, on the,
At 9:20.
Well, the
Yeah, that's what
problem
the
is,
hearing
is
is gonna be for the
$5
county.
million budget is usually 1.9
I don't know why I have that.
They're trying to downsize this and find a way. Last I heard, he was on vacation, and that's.
So I guess we've got a few minutes here. We've got a request for a road closing from Brian Barnhart. And the road is 21st to Garner going a half mile north. Said road runs north and south between 21st Road and the termination. The termination point in the middle of the section line between 21st and 22nd. His property is located on both sides of the Garner Road. And from the section line south of 22nd Road for a half a mile. Property owner on the north end of Garner Road where it terminates. I'm sorry, I'm not reading this very well, but there's another landowner on the west side of Garner Road. Lindsay Farms, east side of Garner Road. Kenneth Spielman on the west side of Garner Road. So it's something we'll have to look at.
Yeah, because I think some of those people will want to use that road periodically. I live on the other side of it.
I'm not familiar with, the road they're talking about.
If I may, yeah, Brian's been contacted with me, and I mean, he's contacted all the landowners are in agreement, to move forward with this. So this just gets that process started, I mean,
Yeah, we'll still have to.
yeah, there'll be a hearing and this and that, and some letters that go out,
Do you have a reasoning for it?
they all want that road closed, just so people that don't need to be down there aren't down there.
So I'll pass that on around for, I just thought that's something we could work on while we're waiting here.
Okay, here's payroll notices.
Oh, okay.
Here's payroll, so you guys wanna go ahead and okay.
it's back on March the 22nd.
Oh, well, that's not good.
And I'm illiterate, and that's fine.
That's okay.
I just hit buttons and.
They work great when you're working, right?
Oh, yeah, they.
Here we go. I need to go back to there. There you go.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
You can pass those around, I can sign these checks later.
Who did you check it out?
Well,
Not government, right?
yeah, I kind of had that confused, so, but you can do payroll today, we've got that out of the way, and then there's some special issue checks, so.
Okay, okay.
That street, and
Don't break it.
Pardon me?
sign it with.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, no for Steve.
Oh, okay. Skip forgot it. I'll try not to get those stuff.
Okay.
I thought you would send it to me, that it needs to sign.
Apparently it was me. Well, it was. This. And goes into this.
Yeah.
Did you do the,
Yes, she's gonna be out.
Yes. Everything that I've got goes in Are you?
Okay, 9:15. Have a motion to enter into the revenue neutral rate at 9:15 for Coffee County Fire District Number 1 for the purpose of allowing all interested taxpayers desiring to be heard an opportunity to give oral testimony. Guess we need a motion for that.
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
Been moved by McCurry, seconded by Abendroth. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Abendroth or McCurry?
McCurry moved, Abendroth seconded.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Are there any public comments?
We gotta do roll call first.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Just who's here.
Yeah.
I think
Commissioner
you need
Thompson?
to let them have the hearing first
Oh.
and then do the R&R,
Okay.
because the public can
Gotcha.
comment.
Okay, yep, go ahead. We'll do roll call after the fully closed the public hearing.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any public comments?
I just have a question. Am I coming up and identifying myself?
That'd be great,
Yes.
please.
Sorry. Deborah Stuckey, 1020 Arrowhead Drive in New Strawn. I appreciate our volunteer fire department so much and everything that they do. I did just have a question regarding the increase, a brief explanation of what that increase is needed for the fire department.
If I may, it has to do with the cost of equipment and taking care of the equipment for the fire district.
And that's kind of what I assumed with the fire district, but.
And Randall, I'm speaking for Randall, I guess, but, for instance, a new engine right now is roughly $450,000 compared to, it just keeps on going up. But it's based on equipment needs and fire gear.
And I think a lot of it had to do with the increased cost of insurance.
Insurance.
Because it was substantial this year.
Yep.
And that's something everybody's experiencing.
Right.
Whether it's autos, anything.
Yeah.
It's
All of us.
homeowners. Yeah, so.
Yeah, and I kind of thought that, I just thought it would be good to have a
Yeah.
brief explanation at this hearing of that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any further comments?
Go.
Yes, sir.
The county and the government, whatever, needs to do whatever they can to get the goddamn budget under control. Because I just got a $162 a month tax increase. $162 a month. And now you turn around and want more. And I just got the old one. By the way, you talk about equipment. Are they taking care of their equipment? Who's checking into it? Who's verifying it? Who's authorizing it? And oh, by the way, the insurance increase has to do with all these county employees with their vehicles taking them home. Why? Why do they feel entitled to having a county vehicle to drive home for their lunch break and for the night? It's our gas, it's our taxes, and I know why the taxes went up. And a large part of that was allowing county employees to drive these vehicles home. And why? You guys are the county commissioners. You've been elected to look out for our interests, and you're not. You need to dig into this stuff that's going on. We can't continue to spend however many $1 million on an industrial complex that was throwing money down a rat hole. Nobody looked at all the consequences of that damn bit plant. Where were they going to get the water? Where were they going to build the roads? How are they going to build the roads?
I think we're talking about the fire district here, not the industrial park.
I'm talking about the tax increase across the board.
There's gonna be a second hearing for the county budget after the fire district, if that helps any.
So, how do I get a copy of the county budget?
Well, I mean, there's gonna be one here in about, as soon as this one's over for the fire district. I mean, about 5.
Oh, this is just fire district?
This is just fire district. So your comments now, I mean,
Pertain to the next hearing. In this-
Oh, the
Not
next
by
hearing.
if that helps clarify anything, sorry.
Well, for the fire department,
1 minute.
who's checking into it?
Yes.
Okay, we gotta close.
So do we have to move to the next?
Yeah, we'll
Since
just go
it's
ahead and
9:20.
do roll call.
So,
Okay, Commissioner Thompson,
yes.
Commissioner McCurry,
Yes. Here.
Commissioner Abendroth,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Barker,
Yes.
okay? close the public hearing.
Okay, I have a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Amadraw, seconded by McCurry. We'll close the public hearing at 9:20.
Can they do the resolution after they do the
I would say just keep going with
keep going,
fire.
okay, so keep going with fire. Move to approve the resolution.
Okay, move to approve resolution number 876C, resolution of the Coffee County Rural Fire District Number 1, Kansas, to levy a property tax rate exceeding the revenue neutral rate.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. Moved by McCurry, seconded by Thompson. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
Okay, hold on a second. And then do you want to go ahead and approve that budget? Okay, I gotta move this up. Hold on a second. Wait. Okay, go on and move into the budget hearing. I'm sorry.
Okay, opposed? Motion carries. A motion to enter into a budget hearing. We can call it 9:21, I guess, right? Enter into a budget hearing at 9:21 for the I'm sorry. Is this still for the fire district then?
Yeah, you're doing
Okay.
budget.
Motion to enter into a budget hearing at 9:21 for the Coffee County Fire District Number 1 for the purpose of allowing all interested taxpayers desiring to be heard an opportunity to give oral testimony. We haven't already done that?
That, you did the R&R. Now you're doing the budget. So you're gonna approve the budget.
Of course, that adds
Correct.
here.
Let's see. Oops, right here. Here you are.
That's
This is
the
the
same
budget.
thing.
Yeah, this is the budget.
Okay. So what do we need to do then? I've already
So
read
we
it.
need a motion to enter into a budget hearing for Coffee County Rural Fire.
But we just did that.
You did
Revenue
revenue
neutral.
neutral
Oh, okay.
hearing. Now you're doing budget hearing. I know it's
Okay.
kinda confusing.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
what was confusing me. So, I'll move.
I'll second.
Moved by Thompson, seconded by McCurry. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Same thing, are there any public comments? I'd ask for a motion to close the hearing at 9:23.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Been moved by Amadraw, seconded by McCurry. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I'm sorry, I was confused, because
It's
it's really
okay.
the same thing.
I know. So now we go ahead and approve the 2020.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the year 2026 Coffee County Fire budget as published?
Second it.
Been moved by Peterson, seconded by Amadraw. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Now we're going into Coffee County R&R.
Okay, a motion to enter into a revenue neutral rate and budget hearing at 9:20 a.m. for Coffee County for the purpose of allowing all interested taxpayers desiring to be heard an opportunity to give oral testimony.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Moved by McCurry, seconded by Peterson. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Are there any public comments on Coffee County revenue neutral rate?
Go ahead.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
My name is William D. Jackson Jr. I'm a resident of Coffee County, and I got a tax assessment, and I just looked it over. It looks like you guys want a $3 million increase this year across the county. $3 million of it extra. According to what I, looks like it went up your countywide assessment, okay. Let's talk about a little bit about vision. How many of you driven up I-35 to Gardner? You see all those big warehouses along the road? 20 years ago, Gardner was like, kind of like Coffee County, had a military Air Force base here. It went down, and in 20 years, they built 23 warehouses to hire hundreds and hundreds of people. They built housing developments within 5 miles of those warehouses so the workers can live there. They set up a tax base. Okay. Burlington, Coffee County is a one-factory town. Wolf Creek, for the last 20 years, has allowed Coffee County to build an infrastructure like nowhere else in this state. The funds, 80% of the taxes for this county comes from Wolf Creek. You've built fire departments, libraries, roads, courthouses, Crossbar Hotel right next door. You've done well with the money. Wolf Creek has 20 years left, if they last that long. If you look to the news, John Deere moves out of a company, moves out of a one factory town, the town crashes. Mack Truck moves out of a town, moves to Mexico, it crashes. Wolf Creek has an accident next week, this whole county will go back to the Stone Age. Or all the tax people, revenue estates will have to make up that 80% just to maintain the level of services that this county has right now. People are going to complain about $3 million going up. If Wolf Creek crashes, it's really going to go up to maintain what we got, or you'll have to lose it. Okay? Now, let's talk about Wolf Creek. Well, let's talk about power. Wolf Creek, in this county, we have 13 diesel generators that can hook to the grid to make power. We have 95 wind generators that make power to export out of the county. There's a possibility you could put a hydroelectric plant right down here at the city dam to make power. There's something called small modular reactors. They're nuclear reactors. They build them in factories. They bring them in. They set them up, and you can build these, and they come in 2 megawatts up to 300 megawatts. Out in Emmett, Wyoming, they're building a 300 megawatt small modular reactor. Just think of what the impact of the tax impact for that little town way out in Wyoming is. Okay. Now, as people are taxes going to keep on going up because fire department needs to fix this, and the road department needs new dump trucks, so everything is going to cost more. I don't know if you're aware of the tariff war we're having with the rest of the world. The United States, everything that's imported into this country, tires, oil filters, there's nobody in it, there's no country, no company in this country makes oil filters. They're all made somewhere else. And when the tariff, and who pays the tariff? When a product comes into this country, the tariff is paid by the person that buys it here, and then they pass it on to the customer. Okay? So, as your economic developer, I would like to challenge the the county commissioners to look into building something like small, different power sources. Make Coffee County an exporter of power for all these new data centers. You ever heard of a data center?
Yep.
A data center is an energy-eating machine. And if we here in Coffee County in the next 10 years can develop power units here to export power to all these data centers and warehouses and homes and other businesses, our tax rates will stay fairly low. And with that, I'd like to close.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Any further comments?
Jim Weeks, I live in 536 Arrowhead in Big Strong, Kansas. Last year my evaluation went up 15%. This year it went up 20%. And you're wanting to continue raising the taxes. My homeowner insurance went up, like everybody else's. My car insurance is going up. If you do not start figuring out a way to cut expenses here, you're going to be forcing people who are on fixed incomes out of their homes. It cannot continue at the rate you're going here in this county. And I mean, you look at what the tax rates and stuff are, you got to come up with a way to cut things. And quit. To me, if giving out small business loans is not your job, and every one that you've had just about has failed, now you've got Marabella down here that you sunk a lot of money into and that failed. Now you're replacing the roof on it because you had to buy the building. You felt like you needed to buy the building since it failed. Now you put a new roof on it. You just keep putting money down a rat hole. So I strongly recommend you stop being a bank. If a business doesn't have a good enough business plan to get a small business loan, then it isn't a very good deal. So I just think we need to start figuring out ways to cut what we're doing. Because you're going to force people out of their homes if you don't come up with some reasonable answers.
Thank you. Any further comments?
Again, Deborah Stuckey, 1020 Arrowhead Drive in New Strong. I'm going to reiterate a lot of what Jim said, but, you know, personally, because this is the only personal numbers I have, obviously, I don't have numbers for every other individual in the county, but my home appraisal has gone up 38% in 2 years. Proposed, it's 20% this year. The county portion, just the county, I'm not looking at this whole, I just looked at the county portion, just the county portion of my taxes has increased 32% with this proposal for this year, if this goes through. 32% in 2 years. 17.5% increase for me this year. And that's going to be difficult for us, you know, getting up there a little more in years to where you're trying to plan for retirement and this changes your plans. And it's very unfortunate that we've worked our whole lives and then our plans get changed. But I really feel for the people who are on fixed incomes right now. I looked up the Social Security COLA for this year was only 2.5%. Okay, you guys are proposing, if I'm reading all of this correctly, a 5.22% increase over last year's revenue. where's that supposed to come from for people on fixed income? They're only getting a 2.5% increase in their Social Security. And hopefully that's not their only source of income, but they may not be getting any increase in what they, I mean, it depends on the market, if they have some, but, you know, all of those things are uncertain. So, and we do have lots of people in this county who are existing on Social Security. So, I just feel like all of us are gonna have to tighten our belts, because yes, the increased costs that have already been talked about are felt by everyone, the individuals as well as obviously the county, but this increase being much higher than what, for instance, the Social Security cost of living increase makes things extremely difficult, and as was already stated, maybe putting people out on the streets or having to sell their lifelong home and go into a small apartment or whatever it might be. I mean, you really need to consider this greatly. I feel like the county needs to tighten their belt a little bit more, as we all are having to tighten our belts. And I guess I would just ask for a brief, you know, explanation of basically just the county line item. I'm showing here on your statement, you're asking for a $1,833,000 and $790.59 increase in tax revenues. So just, you know, where are we anticipating that money to be needed? Why do we need that huge of an increase?
Thank you. You have any further comments? Here are no other comments from the public, so do we have a motion to...
We gotta do roll call.
Okay.
So when you give your roll call, you're saying yes on the revenue neutral rate or no, okay? So, Commissioner Thompson,
Yes.
Commissioner McCurry,
Yes.
Commissioner Avendroth,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Barker.
Yes.
Do I have a motion to close the public hearing at 9:37 a.m.?
I'll make that motion. Second.
Moved by McCurry, seconded by Avendroth. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the year 2026 Coffee County budget
No.
as
No, we're doing the resolution, sorry.
moved on me, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, right there.
Motion to approve resolution number 875C, a resolution of the County of Coffee, Kansas, to levy a property tax rate exceeding the revenue neutral rate.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Been moved by Thompson, seconded by Peterson. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Now you're doing the budget here.
Motion to enter into a budget hearing at 9:38 a.m. for Coffee County for the purpose of allowing all interested taxpayers desiring to be heard an opportunity to give oral testimony. Are there any public comments?
Motion first.
I'm sorry. I'll move.
I'll second.
Moved by Thompson, seconded by Peterson. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Are there any public comments?
I'm not sure why we even bother having these hearings. It's obvious that you've all made up your minds you're gonna spend this money whether we like it or not. So why even bother having the damn thing? Should have had the hearings long before.
We spent several weeks working on the budget, cut it back considerably from what it was. So that's all I've got to say on the subject. Any more comments? Move to close the public hearing at 9:40 a.m. I'll move.
I'll second.
Moved by Thompson, seconded by McCurry. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Need a motion to approve the year 2026 Coffee County budget as published.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Moved by McCurry, seconded by Evandroff. Any further discussion? All
I
in-
will,
Go ahead.
excuse me. I will say that $1.8 million, it's almost all solely the hospital and employee benefits. Everything else was trimmed back as far as we can go.
That's
I
right.
mean, that's just it in a nutshell.
That's right. That's right. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. So I guess we're ready to move on to the
Yeah.
next item.
First time that
Your comments don't go unheard. We're just as concerned
Yeah,
as
they
you
do.
are.
Yeah, we do.
I guarantee you I pay more taxes than you do, sir. And that's a bad comment for me to make, but,
It is.
yeah. So I
You guys
apologize
got
for
the
that.
maybe we got the rubber stamps out,
Yeah,
and I'm disappointed.
yeah. So am I. So, 9:30, Coffee County Veterinary Services, David Hanks. Here?
Jenny? Is Dominic here? There's nobody that I know of.
Unless there's something.
Maybe they're in the hall.
That would be, I'm not sure, they were supposed to be here at 9:30. Let me go.
Get his phone number here.
What? Oh, you got it? Okay.
And they have to skip around.
Well, I guess we can.
Take a break, whatever.
I get his personal phone number.
Okay, here's the budget. So you guys want to sign.
Shannon, this is Todd Barker, County Commissioner. You guys come
This
in
is
here
the budget.
today.
This is the fire.
Good.
You guys need to sign.
Courthouse.
And we can go ahead and do
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
How much space in the middle of theirs?
Uh,
I think that's.
That's all right.
He wasn't told to be here.
Hey, this is David. Okay, I assumed, I've had emails back and forth with Dominic and no one Bell, so I assumed they were both here. But I will reach out to Dominic. If he's coming. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, this is Jenny. That's okay, thought I didn't know. So I had an email last week from Dominic X, Gilmore and Bell, that you guys were on the agenda for this morning for the federal revenue bond. And if he didn't specifically, well, he said, okay. Let me check with Dominic, 'cause I know he was gonna prepare the rest. And if he's not in the
miscommunication.
No, and I haven't been in the first week, not, I will call him. There may have been okay. That was an original, right? Okay, I don't think that's your fault. That's okay. I'll reach out to him. Right. Nor would I do it.
Yes. Those are in our
Signature page on the back.
I'll call them. Yep. That is okay. Not your fault. Okay. David wasn't told he was supposed to be here, but I'm gonna call Dominic. If you guys want, you could go to the next thing or go to break. While I try to get a hold of Dominic from Gilmore and Bell, which is the bond council. Sorry about that.
Is that here in the county?
They are out of Wichita, but I was told he was gonna be here today.
He said the deal was getting to me already.
Got any questions?
Oh.
Shut up.
That's what I was looking for. And I forgot what I was looking for. And I figured it like this. Okay.
Richard, did you say you had a question?
No, I'm wondering if you guys had any on IRBs and why or what the direction is. I'm not fully versed on it, but I know a little bit. Probably not too dangerous.
No.
So, you know, they are a bond and it's issued to whoever, some bank is going to run it. But I still can't figure out, and I can't find anywhere that says what revenue is. Because generally it's a toll road or something, or maybe a stadium, somebody's gonna lease it, and the lease is actually the revenue. And so if they can't afford to lease anymore, then there is no revenue. Or if people aren't using the toll road, maybe there's not enough tolls being generated to pay the bond, so that would be a reason for default. But it doesn't fall back upon the municipality directly, so we don't have to pay that back. So suppose you give them $1 million, and they're making bond payments and then they can't generate enough revenue to make said payments to the bank, it doesn't fall back on us to repay it.
So,
That's correct. It would not be our responsibility.
Yeah, it's not ours. But I've read different places where it still kind of goes against your credit rating because you made a bad choice. Not that we're gonna be issuing that many more bonds and need a higher rating, but it's gonna hinder our access to money later on.
I see.
so on the industrial revenue bond, then does the county, what does the county have to do with?
It's kind of the same, it's similar to the CID we have out here for
Okay.
the other folks. It's just another avenue of funding for them. Generally, everything I've read is it has to do with abating their taxes. The whole idea is you're bringing in a bunch of people to work at whatever, so you're gonna have taxes from other places versus, you know, just
Okay.
a little bit on the building. But if there's nobody else coming in, then why would we pay taxes for that? That's up to you guys.
So, thank you.
Generally, it's more favorable rates than what you get from a bank. Kind of the same reason why, you know, the jail went the direction it did, because bonds can be paid off separately in different order than what a normal.
So the
loan
county, the county just acts as a,
conduit, basically.
Just like an RHID where the county or the city has to support to sign off on the deed to apply for these?
It has to fit some vague criteria that is beneficial to the county in some way or another. So, I guess it comes down to why would I issue bonds basically to just help a small business? Is the business gonna help everybody? I mean, if we need a vet, then yeah, obviously, because, I mean, how many people have pets or animals, large animals? We have one on the southern end of town. Is there anybody up north? We seem to be growing up north, so.
And that's what, I think that's what this is about.
And so, is it beneficial to, that's up to you guys to decide. I mean, the purpose for it, does it qualify as beneficial?
I see.
I mean, I don't know if they'd be adding some employees, you know, I mean, that would be my thought, that add employees and just bringing people to the area every time we had a business. I mean, that would be the benefit, I thought, but.
I do know that he's added one, or they added one, and possibly, if I understand it right, that with the expansion, they would be adding some more vets.
I see.
Or that's my understanding. But so if this were to go on then, and the county it wouldn't come back on the county, you say? I mean, it could come back as a, I mean, if something happened, it could give the county a bad credit rating possibly, but as far as paying that bond.
Yeah, that's against the bondholders. So you issue $1 million of bonds, I want it all. I bought it. You default. I'm host. It doesn't
You're
go
the
back
bank.
to.
You're the bank.
Bank or
Right,
whoever.
or whatever.
Whoever
Okay,
the bond is.
okay.
It doesn't go back to, now Mike's gonna have to pay the bonds off, the commission.
Right.
It's just on me because I made a bad investment.
Right.
So that's where we go back into risk and what value are they gonna put an interest rate on it?
So. Well, Mike could probably afford it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Mike's the county, so I don't wanna say that the county.
No, I know that.
But yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's not here, if this is something we have to do today, if there's a timeline on this, or.
I would hope you wouldn't have to do something.
Figured if you wanna pass
I
on my
suggest just
phone
moving
number,
down
we'll go
the
ahead
road,
and keep going.
rescheduling.
If it doesn't show up,
That's just something.
I mean, I guess, I thought we might see what she said when she gets off the phone here.
So if you take cattle to a veterinarian, are they sales tax exempt? Because it's considered agriculture if they work on them?
yeah,
And I'm not,
know if-
I don't
I'm
know
not
if
a
that's
farmer,
like-
so I don't.
If that's like repair work, I mean, like, don't you pay sales tax on labor, like when we take I think we do, like when we take a truck to the shop, you know, we're exempt. I think, you know, the parts are tax exempt from our ICC, but I don't think the labor is, so I don't know. That's a
Feed
bad
is
comparison.
exempt for livestock, but it's not for cats and dogs.
Yeah, that's what I was kinda thinking.
Okay, so Dominic Eck is not in his office. His office assistant is reaching out to him. They're gonna reach back out to me. That's the most I'm gonna tell you right now.
Is there any reason why we can't postpone this till next week,
We could,
till we get everybody involved in it?
yeah, I think that would be fine. I know David was, they're getting ready to do their project, so that's why there was a little bit of urgency, but that's not our fault if they're not here, so.
So we'll just take that off for today.
Okay.
Put it on for next
I'll
week.
let you know if they call.
So,
Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So, how about we take a 10-minute break?
Sure.
We'll come back at 10:05. second session. So is everyone here for the 75 housing development? Okay. 10:15 appointments for Patrick Wood with 75 housing development, housing project. Good morning.
Good morning. Patrick Wood, I am here to talk about the property up at Beto Junction that we bought. I'm one of three partners. I was here just over 2 years ago.
On the one on the west side?
Yes.
Or east side, I'm sorry.
I was here just over 2 years ago to talk to you, excited about what the possibilities were, and about a year ago, we started diving into what else we could do. And it's everybody we talked to, all the research we did pointed us in the direction of housing. You guys are in dire need of a lot of rural communities in Kansas, and we feel that there's a commuter market for Beto Junction, and I got a handout here. Our plan is to break it up into roughly 5-acre lots and stay in the range between $300,000 and $400,000 houses if we can. We feel that that's a good market for Coffee County right now. Within the packet there, you'll see how we got it broken out in the layout of our site plan. The land actually lends itself very well to housing because of the contours of the land, and we can do some walkouts on the property. As you guys know, in construction, in the housing market, especially in rural housing, it's hard to get the numbers to work. So that's part of the reason why I'm here today, is to talk about some of the incentives that could be possible for housing. I've heard one of the commissioners, one of you guys said something about a RID, that we would like to go after a RID for that property. That would help us out with all of the infrastructure part of it. Anything below ground, the RID would cover. The IRB that we would be seeking would be for sales tax. So it's not a property tax or a long-term financing of a bond issue, but it's simply for sales tax of the property. The big item is the sewer. So when we purchased the property, we were told that you guys would be doing the sewer lagoon over at the Silicon Prairie development, and we would be able to tie into that.
Who told you that?
It was the prior economic development person. But aside from that, we had Mr. Lee out to look at the soil conditions out there, and 3 or 4 of them that we did test holes in had great perk, would have great perk. The rest of them were pretty much clay. So I'm not used to that. In Southeast Kansas, we don't have to worry about perk. We got good perk, and we just go in with a regular lateral system and be done with it. So, as you know, for Coffee County, then that lends a lot of cost to the lots and a lot of cost to the construction. So, without some kind of help there, it's going to be tough for us to move forward with the housing property there. So,
that's the ask that I was gonna ask for, is that if there's a chance that that sewer lagoon's still gonna go in, to consider us all in the package, anybody that's gonna develop out in that area, possibly make it large enough for that we could all tie into that.
Commissioners have any questions?
So where you're at, you could utilize a lagoon to the west?
How would you get it under 75 highway?
It would have to be bored under.
No, I understand that, are they gonna give you permits to do that?
It's a permitting process, KDOT does allow, so he would just have to take it through that.
So you'd have to pump it,
And that'd be a lift station, and that's
Yes.
more and more money. I've just looked through here and you're saying 450 to 500,000. I've talked to some people, we're talking maybe on our side, maybe 10 to 20 million.
Oh, I didn't know how large it would have to be on your guys' side.
So I think you said through here earlier with our taxes.
Yes, I did.
Not a good time for you to be my estimate.
No, I understand. And you guys, I'm from Bourbon County, we're going through the exact same thing with our mills and everything, so I get what you're up against.
Originally, when you wanted that property, I think you were interested, or possibly putting a hotel, or, isn't that correct?
Yes.
If I remember right.
Yep. That's my background, is I do consulting for hotel developers. And, so that was our hope, that everything would go through.
Oh, sure.
And we build it progressively.
No, that was just my memory of you being here 2 years ago, you say?
Yep, yeah, just over 2 years, so just.
I know that sewage in a rural setting is difficult. I mean, obviously, you gotta spend a lot of money to get anything done anymore. What's your thoughts on a community lagoon on that property?
We've talked about it, so we wouldn't be doing any of the construction. We've reached out to bigger developers than us to come in and do 3 or 4 at a time or whatever. And they haven't said no, we wouldn't do it if there was a lagoon, but they were not excited about being able. So if it was down in the lower part of that property, everybody on the high side would be looking down into it. So that deters from what we could get for the lots on the high side, even not to mention the ones that are right around the lagoon itself. So it would hinder us for sure.
Yeah, you're talking about a lagoon by the property to the south of that, correct? There's a house and right on that your property adjoins to the north.
Yes.
It'd be at the east end of your property then if you built one.
I'm not real sure what would be the best location. I just know the lowest part would be towards the middle and on the south side of it.
Okay, I'm not familiar with how it all lays. I didn't know if that all sloped to the east or west.
I remember it slopes
It'd be east, southeast.
east,
South of the
southeast,
property.
right.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I had to take a phone call, so I don't know if you guys had talked through it. I know something that we had talked about, if there was an interest from the county for like the RHID district, that could also help to pay back some of those infrastructure dollars if you were investing some of that money.
Yeah. So it does pay back. So the issue with the sewer lagoon comes down to mostly aesthetics. And there is a cost. It would be the cheapest way out, but can we sell for the value we gotta get out of the property and get out of the houses? And would we be able to sell houses that are looking, $400,000 houses that are looking down into a sewer lagoon? So that's and when we're trying to sell it to other developers, that's the hurdle that we have to go through. So one other item, which I'm not sure if it's a hard item for the county or not, but we've been told or asked to bring in front of you the occupancy inspection. I guess the local realtors have been having a tough time with getting occupancy permits for VA loans. So I don't know if there's a way that, evidently there's a gentleman that is in town. I haven't done any of the research on this yet, but there's a gentleman in town that has experience with codes, and he's semi-retired, that would be interested in helping out with this.
I know currently secondary markets are having problems with financing if you don't have occupancy permits, whether they're issued from the county or the state, which basically defines that the placement of that facility is within setback requirements and meets building codes, and they are getting more stringent, secondary markets for financing because of that. I build houses, so I know a little bit.
Yes.
But right now, we have no inspections, no permitting processes other than the building permit.
So I guess that, my ask on that would be, would you guys be open to, if we go forward with this, I'll do the legwork. It just has to go through a public entity, I guess, is what I've been told. So if we could find somebody that, and we can pass on the cost to the future home buyer, $400 or $500, which is, it's a typical inspection fee for anybody. So if we go forward with this, I'm just saying, I'd be willing to facilitate that, and if the county would be willing to run it through someplace within the county setting. So.
I'm not knowledgeable enough about it to understand the ins and outs.
Me too.
Sorry.
I mean, our office is willing to do some more research and work with Patrick on that to see if that would be feasible.
Okay.
If there's an interest in that kind of permit.
Yeah.
So back to your sewage issue there. If we're not in favor of a community lagoon, obviously that's not prioritized. What is our next best option? What?
We would have to go back to our potential partners in our development and ask them, would you be willing to come if there's a sewer lagoon at this location? Would you be interested in these lots, or would you be interested in these lots? If we could get interest in them, then we'd go forward with it.
If we went in, or somebody went in and put buffers around it, to kind of hide it.
Possibly. We talked about that too, and because I've been told that you are accepting fences around lagoons now in Coffee County and whatnot, so.
That would definitely be a Carl question.
Yeah, it'd be a call.
I mean, they could, I talked to Colin the day we was out there. What it amounted to was, I said, you know, like a board fence on the side of the house where they can hide it and then landscape in front of it, where you had that distraction of not seeing the whole lagoon. And that's permissible by the code. I mean, we got things on that.
A lot of them don't like that because it blocks aeration. Is that
Some
right?
of them, yeah, but it's, depending on where the house is located at, it wouldn't block it if the south side of the lagoon. It would receive plenty of variation.
So from my perspective, you have a sewage treatment facility is an option, individual lagoons, community lagoon, or laterals on whatever site that's permissible.
I just didn't know, I guess the reason I had that ask in there is because I didn't know going forward, if you're developing the site across the highway, if that was still gonna be used as a revenue source or anything like that, then we would wanna be part of it, so.
Right now, that project is pretty well dead in water. I mean,
We'd have an interested party looking at it, but they were talking about Well, if I recall correctly, like individual stuff for each.
Yeah, it was all
they were allowed to do
self-sustaining
it.
treatment.
Yeah.
And I think if we're seeing growth in that area, I mean, it's something eventually we'll need to look at if there's growth at Vito Junction and out there. But it just may be a longer term project.
I think it's a great idea. Like I said, I need housing. I'm not opposed to it at all, but figure out the best course for the sewage, and that seems to be the big holdup.
Okay. Any questions on the RID or IRB that we would be seeking?
That's a lot of money to taxes to miss out for 25 years and 14 homes. Just doing some quick math, that's 1.3.
So the 25 years is the max you can go.
Right.
We're not gonna have that much that goes that far.
So on the RID, if I remember right, gotta have a housing study done within the last 5 years?
Yeah, and Jenny's got one that
We did one in 2022. So currently, we are compliant with the housing study. I've got it on my radar. We'll probably have to do another one in like 2027 to keep us in that 5-year window.
Updated?
Yep.
So that's covered into that
Mhm.
one, so.
Yep.
Like I said, I think it's a good idea. And I know it's hard to get them started. I can personally attest to that.
Mhm. It's a leap of faith for these developers that come in because there's nothing in that area, so they're counting.
That would be a selling point too.
Yeah, it could be, you're right. But then the highways intersection there is the thing that interests them the most, so.
Oh, you're talking 75, I-35?
Yes.
Right.
In your, email that was sent out, that Jenny sent us, it talked about looking for people, area employers, Wolf Creek, SSCM, teachers. Aren't those homes awful expensive for that wellness people?
We're going after the, so in talking with the real estate agents, that's their focus. They came to that conclusion with us that range would be perfect for that area for mid-level management at Wolf Creek and people in Emporia that want to travel there. So.
I may be wrong on this, but I don't think our housing problems in this area are management personnel. It's the common, medium, average income people that are looking for housing.
I will say, based on our housing study, I mean, it did show a need across the board. So you're right, we do need, there's some people in that range that may not be able to afford a $300,000, $400,000 house. But I think there still is a need for some of that housing. And I think sometimes too, the hope is that maybe if you move some people into that housing, it could also free up other housing stock as well, if they're maybe moving into a different home.
I'm not blasting it, but I just like, that's a lot of money, especially when I saw the teacher part. But, you know, single teacher, no, they can't do that. It's going to have to be somebody that's well established, married, with a spouse making a pretty good income.
I agree with that. And so here, think about this scenario. So you may have somebody that lives in Emporia, a couple, but we have somebody that wants to be a teacher here in Burlington, his wife or him, and so that is a perfect spot for them to live so that she can be a teacher and he can still keep his job in Emporia. So that's the kind of commuter attitude that we're looking at to try and fill that.
I'm not opposed to any of this. If they want to play with the numbers and talk with more, get a little more in depth.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not sure where the county fits in other than dollars, and I'm a little uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, from what you first said there, with the lagoon system, you know, from your numbers to what I've heard, I don't feel that we can do things of that nature with all the irons that we have in the fire right now.
Okay.
Well, on the rid side of it, I mean, I know 25 years is the max, but is there a more realistic number once you crunch all the numbers? I mean, looking at 15 years, 20 years, or?
Yeah, so initially I would have said 10 to 15 years that we would have that paid back, but if we're talking about doing our own sewer lagoon or whatever kind of system that we end up doing on the development, then I'd have to play with those numbers a little bit and get some more information before I could answer that. So, if what I'm hearing, the RID and the IRB and the inspections would be a possibility.
I think so.
If you guys are in agreement of that, then I would love to, I'll pursue and do some more research with our investors and see what their input is on the sewer lagoon. And
Yeah, find out what's acceptable to them. I mean, community lagoon obviously is the cheapest to start with.
Yeah, we're just not gonna make any commitments at this time, but if you research it more, come back to us.
I think you gotta go through KDHE for community lagoon, is that right, Carl?
Yeah.
So, but
They would come out.
Carl's been a great help. He gives us all the information and he spent a lot of time with us to get this worked out.
So the laterals wouldn't work, is that correct?
They got sites, a few sites where laterals are possible. But they
Otherwise,
also, yeah, but
otherwise the clay is
it's too tight or rock.
Okay.
probably rock.
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, we had one hole where it was 12 inches and then you got into a solid layer of clay. I mean, it wasn't anything you could put in.
Not gonna absorb it.
Right.
It's hard to get them started.
Yeah, I know.
It's, no matter what your intent is.
I'll admit, I was a little blindsided coming to Coffee County on your septic systems and your rock or your soil conditions. It was a learning lesson for me after 35 years in construction. So.
Well, I wouldn't give up.
We'll keep moving forward, and you'll probably see me again here in another week or two. So.
That'd be fine.
All right. Appreciate your efforts.
Thanks.
Thank you. Do you have anything for us, David? I mean, I think we're done with our agenda items, so we just will do that, hadn't we?
Sounds good to me. You guys are ready. Good morning. First is a circle back on an updated letter that I'm writing last week. I'm giving y'all a copy, but Angie already has one that this covers the explanation I gave last week on kind of getting things in order at the SSM frontage road phase 2. It is just a reminder that budget that's called out there for the design and inspection services are all dollars that are included in the CDBG grant, so that this would be all dollars reimbursable back to the county. As I mentioned last week, I had kind of in air had provided the letter to government assistance services thinking that's how this would work because the dollars were kind of flowing through their management. But they instructed we need to have the contract with the county. So this is just to put it in order. Wade, I did put in kind of a more thorough explanation, changed the date on the letter, kind of giving the background in the first paragraph, but the numbers are the same as what you saw, and I got the names corrected, so, and frontage corrected. I also included the 2 attachments. You've got, those are standard, that Exhibit A is one we put on every one of our task orders. And Exhibit B was actually one that Garrett instructed that I should attach because it's a CDBG document. So that's what's included as attachments.
I got a question on this, Stephen.
Yeah.
Just gonna throw it out there, but this is dated August 25th, 2025. You have your amount there. I got a copy of a request that was submitted November 4th of 24 for this same project.
Yeah.
Why did it take this long to get this? I mean, we're halfway through this project and we're just now signing paperwork for it?
As I said, I sent a letter to, I thought I had to do the contract with Government Assistance Services, who's handling the CDBG money, because I was instructed the dollars would be paid out of that.
Okay.
So we went to work on the work, but then just in the last month is when I found out I needed to have a contract, because we'd submitted some invoices to the county that couldn't be paid because I didn't have a document with the county.
I got you.
So.
This is just paperwork that needed to be done.
Yes.
That you thought it was, you thought that you were doing correctly.
Correct.
And then you found out that this, you needed this.
That is correct. Okay. That is correct.
It doesn't look like anything's changed since that one that was sent in November, but
That's
it
correct.
It's just kinda odd to me. It's like, I hire somebody to frame a house, and then when they're done, we sign a contract,
Yeah,
agree to the price. It's kinda backwards.
Yeah, I wouldn't normally do it this way, so but I realized because we're well through design, that we submitted an invoice and we can't get paid, and
Right.
I finally got it explained to me that we really needed to do it this way, so.
Okay.
And it kind of got flagged because, like you said, you had sent the invoices through our office.
Yes.
And I was asking about paying it, and then Garrett said, "Oh, hang on, we need contract." So,
Right.
just I think
Was
the
that on the
communication.
two documents that we signed last week? The code of ethics and there was another one?
That was for the same grant and the project. Those were through Government Assistance Services. I think they're prepping for an audit from the state
Gotcha.
for the grant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stephen, I was driving in this morning, help me here, have you already started on laying out the second phase road?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we
I saw
actually,
it flagged and been mudded.
yeah, we had a pre-construction meeting with them 2 weeks ago. They were supposed to be starting work on that this week. I think the weather might cause a delay.
Well, they had it mowed, they had flags out
Yeah.
on it, so
Yeah.
you can see where it makes the dog leg.
Right. Yeah.
So is there, and I'm sure there is, but I drove out there yesterday evening. So it seems to me, the road's going north. Seems like we're making that jog awful soon to get over. Is that gonna limit anything that can be put along in the path of the runway on the east side of that road?
We were looking at it from two standpoints, more from movement of vehicles. If you do have future development that maybe has larger trucks, we kind of looked at, what we do is a design speed that makes it more of a gradual turning or movement through the curve. That's how we laid it out. Then, as we mentioned before, there was some signing out there that we wanted to leave in place. So we just tried to stay clear of that. We should be fine. We meet all the requirements of the FAA for the airport itself. And that's the plans that the contractor has, I'll say, provided bid numbers on. If you all were wanting to do something different, we would need to make some modifications to the plans and get with the contractor.
Just your thoughts was all I was wanting.
It's more for ease of larger vehicles that may potentially be accessing businesses that could be built at the airport.
And I guess, when you curve sooner, you're gonna have a bigger area on the west side of the road too. That area there could be, on that portion of the road, it could be developed on the other side.
It kind of gives you a little quadrant there on the west. But again, the goal was to get it further away, that access point at 20th Road, far enough away from 75
Yes,
highway.
and I totally agree with that, yeah, that's, everybody's got room to pass and meet, and get on and off
Correct.
75 in that area before it gets to that corner.
Correct.
So I'm assuming that's would be wide
Yes.
approach
Yeah.
onto that road.
Mhm.
Are there any plans in any of that to do anything with the existing county road?
At this time, we did not include that in there because we were trying to do a couple things. One, manage the CDBG budget and manage your dollars. And by moving the road alignment and connecting it far enough away from 75, it kind of at this point leaves us alone on 20th Road and 75. So I think then as you start to see future development, my recommendation would be when new businesses come besides SSM, then maybe we have a second study about what that traffic impact might be to 20th Road. And in some worlds, that could be part of what you might have as a shared cost with the developer because of the impacts they're causing to the side.
Would, you know, like in the future, would there be the 20th or 21st? I can remember.
20th.
20th.
Mhm.
Would there be a widening there and is there a
Possible.
turning lane or something?
It's possible, certainly possible. Yeah. We
So
don't need it right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But if we're putting in the tube or whatever's gonna be there for the ditch water, would it be feasible to set that back and go ahead and put something in there permanent rather than that having to?
We can, I can have our guys take a look at it.
I'm not an engineer, I'm just a farmer that tries to plan things ahead of time.
Yeah. No, this is all good. These are all good questions. Yeah, these are all good questions. We can take a look at it. That's, because right now, if that's something to look at, now's the time to do it.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't have to have a turning lane or anything, but if the bridge water could just be set back and that drive
Absolutely.
made bigger at this, you know, make it
Yeah.
that wouldn't be
No.
anything different, just, you know,
Yeah.
just a thought.
No, let me get back with my engineer and we'll take a look at it. I think that's reasonable.
Okay.
Just do it once. Yeah. So my last time is new to you, and you guys can have a look at it, but I brought this up last week, and KDOT had also come forward and had some questions about the entrance to the airport. They're concerned about, even with SSM, is it gonna cause more traffic? I've sent them some documentation. We've been trying to make the case that, let's move forward. We can do the design and construction of the frontage road, but it looks like they're going to require us to look at a traffic study that for the existing access at the airport. And so to kind of get ahead of that, I put together a task order, again, for your all's review. It would be a traffic study that they would require the county do to look at what this new traffic numbers from SSM would possibly do to the entrance at the airport and 75 Highway. So just trying to stay ahead of this because our inspectors, I know the KDOT folks were out there last week. They have not responded to our email yet, but they were talking to our inspectors, and I think this is coming, and so I'm trying to get ahead of it. So this letter, I will tell you, it's a task order, a traffic study to do it the way KDOT would want it performed and to meet their process. The fee is $21,754. That includes data collection on 75. We've already got data collected, at least initially, from SSM on what their growth numbers would be. Then we have to do there's a traffic modeling process with software that we have to analyze the existing conditions. You have to do a 25-year assessment of growth. So we actually will have to look at, KDOT will require us to look at if future development happens at the airport, what does that do? So we have to, these all has to be included. And then we have to provide a recommendation. Our recommendations for something like this, again, it has to go through KDOT approval, but if this would be a case where we might make recommendations in in kind of a, what's the term I want to use, yearly as growth happens. So, you know, like, let's say that we see SSM's numbers in the first 5 years, it only is this much. Can we make these improvements at this time, and then as future development happens, maybe there's an agreement then to do more later, so you're not having to spend all those dollars up front. I'm just kind of giving you what I'm anticipating may come from the process.
So are there any plans to widen that drive any there?
We had no plans. Again, the case we were making was it appeared to us that the original access drive was ample for the numbers we were initially hearing from SSM, 35 to 40 employees. It's a fairly wide apron. We've seen trucks go in and out of there with can seal. I think what's driving this is more the concern about what might need to happen on 75 highway.
Right, I'd call it fairly adequate for trucks, because we used to bail the airport and get in and out of there, turning to the north. It is adequate, okay.
Yeah. Again, these are copies of the letter. I think I got all the spelling right on this one. So,
Satan, don't take this personally or anything, but we're paying you guys a pretty good chunk of cash to be our engineer and everything, and you guys thought that was adequate. Now we're gonna get a $21,000 bill. Are you guys gonna eat half of that?
I wasn't planning on it, to be honest with you. I mean, we thought it was adequate because we didn't think that the numbers that we were initially getting from the business caused any impact to the drive. KDOT didn't weigh in on this until a few months ago, because and also our design, in our opinion, is not affecting KDOT. It's a frontage road on county property. We've even made some modifications to assure them there's no drainage issues to Highway 75. So I'm not offended, I just wanted to explain.
You can see where I'm coming from.
I can, certainly.
When we hire you guys to do this, and all of a sudden, there's another entity that steps in, and I would think that you'd be coordinated enough with them to know what they're doing, so we don't have a study on top of the existing situation.
It's a fair point. I think at the time we got into the project, our assessment was we don't have an issue here.
So, KDOT wants this, but they're not willing to throw any money at it.
I think, in talking to Garrett and in my experience with KDOT, I think that this would be a project, if improvements are required, I think we could easily do the cost share program with KDOT and do like an 80-20 improvement on construction costs. I don't know, they won't cover the engineering piece of this, but I think that we could get the rest of it. If they're requiring improvements, there's a program to get, and the county has used that before. We've used that program many, many times.
Could you take it to your higher ups to split that cost?
I can, I'm a partner, let me consider it, and I can.
I mean, that's all we could ask on that.
Yeah, I can, I feel confident I can work with you on something.
So does the state of Kansas actually charge to do these studies?
Oh, I mean, they charge the entity that, I mean, someone has to do the study.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, I don't know.
Yeah.
Didn't know if they sent out a bill or how the state did it.
No, they will not do it. They would see this as a county development, so they're gonna say,
Someone else
pay the bill.
They'll review it and approve it or deny it or modify or.
Correct, but they'll require it.
Okay, I'm with you. I didn't know if the state came down and actually did it or like you explained.
No.
Okay.
They would do their own study if they were wanting to make improvements to 75, if they were wanting to do improvements.
Okay.
With this, we talked the other day about Super 3 or 4 lanes, will this encompass that also?
Well, considering,
With it 25 years?
I think it absolutely, we won't get into 75 in that regard on this
Okay.
traffic study.
But it's just on the side of the business?
Correct.
Okay, I
Correct,
understand.
correct. Yeah.
So Stephen, how much is gonna come from the grant of this?
This one, none of it comes from the grant.
Okay,
On
so
this
this-
21,000, this is.
Oh, what
This
is,
is two different things.
Yeah, because this is, the 184,500 was the budget that was available in the CDBG. So we kind of just had to marry up to that budget for those services.
so
So
how
you
much,
wouldn't be out any additional money.
so the 184 is coming out of how much of the grant?
All of the grant.
So
The
it's
184.5 is coming out of all of the CDBG grant. The 21,000 that I just showed is a new dollar amount that's above that number.
Okay,
We just gotta know,
Yeah,
you know, where it's gonna come from.
yeah. Now, let me also look at my budget and where I'm at on the 184.5, and maybe I can figure something out
Okay.
there as well, you know.
It's 184,750.
Oh, there, okay.
Unless you want to lower it to 184.
Okay. I'm sure that would be appreciated. But let me see what I can do with that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the good news is I'm the higher up, so I can work with you.
just come to coffee
You're the man, right?
Well, sometimes our partners disagree with that, but yeah, I kind of am on this too, so. We're kind of the, we get in the middle of projects too, we're not just pretty faces, or ugly faces, whatever. Anyway, I wanted to get that in front of you. I will make some adjustments, and I can get a new thing draft, at least for you to look at. I'll get it back to you before next week.
You're talking on the 21.
On the 21,000, yeah. Let me look at the 184,750. Let me see where we're at on budget, on the design, you know, where we're at, because if I can do some work there, I'll see what I can do.
So you want us to just put that on
Don't
hold?
sign the 21 is what I'm saying, and
I'm
let
talking
me,
about the 184.7.
that one, I would say please do execute, because,
Yeah, he had this here week, 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
Right, I just,
That one
you
is,
said you'd see what you could do on it, I'm trying to figure out.
what I'm trying to do is see if I can take
On
do
the
some of the
study.
21,000 and work it into that 184.5 and reduce the number.
Okay,
That's what I'm trying to
all
do.
right, but you understand my confusion. It's,
Yeah.
Are we ready to do something, or are we changing this number, the
No.
184.7?
Honestly, your confusion makes me feel a little bit better after
Okay.
I had to redo this whole
I
process,
understand.
but, the bottom line is getting that bigger number that you get reimbursed with, and we can work that through the process.
Okay,
Because
then
the
you're gonna
180
work on this.
Because the 184,750, we're going to be reimbursed on.
That is correct.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
correct. That is correct.
So we're ready to do that motion,
So we'll
John?
need,
Pardon?
so we'll need to pay the 184,750 so that we can do it
Well,
before the grant.
all we need to do is execute it as a task order, because we have invoices that can't be paid until that's in place.
Right, so we were
This
already
is the
planning on paying them
Right.
that amount with the CDBG grant funding, but we
So-
just didn't have an official contract.
Correct.
And this is the official
This is the
contract,
official
so this is just finishing up that
That is
process.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I asked what
That then,
November.
Right,
we're going
right.
to-
Maybe to help clear up when Garrett was here, the number that he came up with that you approved included the 184. So you had already allocated where whatever the remainder of the money that the county was gonna have to pay was gonna come from. Through that motion, what Saban's presenting is encompassed in that total amount. So
Okay.
it doesn't need to be designated today because it's already been previously designated.
So that's why I asked Angie was, you know, says
Right.
funds to come from.
So previously approved, as previously approved.
Through the CBDG.
Okay, that we're just trying to figure out how to get
Sure.
that worded to be in the minutes, you know.
No, I knew exactly where you were going,
Yeah.
but it's encompassed within that entire
Right,
CBDG.
right.
So previously, we approved through the Community Improvement Reserve Fund, and
Yes.
then that's reimbursed
From the
by the
CDBG
CDBG.
grant, yeah.
Very good.
So I guess, does that sound okay, just as previously approved through the CDBG grant?
Okay.
Say that again, Angie.
I added as previously approved through the CDBG grant.
Okay, okay. I'd ask for a motion to approve the professional engineering services, Coffee County Airport frontage road design and inspection in an amount not to exceed $184,750 as previously approved through the CDBG grant.
We need to add with CFS engineers. Sorry.
That is fine.
Okay.
I'll just read it again pretty quickly. Move to approve the professional engineering services, Coffee County Airport frontage road and inspection with CFS engineers in an amount not to exceed $184,750 as previously approved through the CDBG grant. I'll move.
I'll second.
Moved by Thompson and seconded by Peterson. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Okay, I think I'm done and all.
I've got one more thing before you go. The water study.
Yeah, the draft, I'm getting the draft from our consultant that we're teaming with, PEC, this week for our review. Should be able to get that in front of you next week.
That information's not being used by any other entities, are they?
You think we'll have it next week?
What's that?
You think we'll have it next week?
I think so. I've put a pretty specific direct request strongly to the sub-consultant that we get the report so we can review it this week and get back to you next week.
Thank you.
It may be mid-next week, but I need, I want our folks to review.
Sure. That was on the water study, is that what you're asking?
Okay, make sure that.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you, Sarah.
You bet.
Can you guys find two of these? Saban, do you want to take one with you for to have it done?
Oh, cool, yeah. Great.
Bob left me well endowed here.
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, there's a pig.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's all we took out. Grab it. I read it earlier.
Do you guys need me for anything else?
I think so.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Earl.
You fading off? You fading off on your signature?
It
Been a
was.
long morning, Todd.
I ran out of ink on that last deal.
Better you running out of brains like I did there for a little bit.
You're right.
Disappointed in myself. Man,
Mark, I think those two there go in that green.
Oh, I think you're right.
you got any good stuff yet?
Thanks for keeping me up.
Yeah.
Steve's sending me another stack here.
All these still. This one, yeah.
Yes. That goes into the yellow. Yellow.
This is doing the,
Yes, yes, sir.
was this other one yellow?
so, yes.
Just tell me when to change colors.
I think that. Yeah, because everything that was coming down would have been in the yellow.
Anyway, no worries. Yep.
This is all.
Don't beat yourself up.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll take care of it, yeah.
I will. I got that worded out. It's not what I meant to say. I meant to say this, we all pay taxes, which I think how it came out.
Yep. I was just waiting for
Oh, that's fine. I just didn't know what we did. Oh, okay. Next on this stuff.
Quite understand what I'm supposed to sign here.
Well,
Receipt from Malone.
I looked at that, but I couldn't find a place to sign. So I just assumed it was an extra.
It's all in your work.
Me doing that didn't boost me any, I can tell you that. It's not like I took it away from you and got it.
Yeah.
That's what you were referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked and I couldn't find it.
Location.
pretty good.
Yeah. Spent all yesterday afternoon cutting and raking and everything, about 6 weeks ago, and then bale one bale of that way.
How much did you do?
Thank you. 60, 70 like here at the house and over at the shop, but out there, they only got like 15 or something that morning when it rained. They were like, last Saturday,
Looks like it's raining now.
but then they got another rain that afternoon out there, in the western part of the county.
We had about 400, I guess.
We
Wait, this morning, another 20.
He raked and raked, baked around.
Rain at a rate of 5/100ths.
Good luck.
He said, looks like it's raining. I said, yeah, at a rate of 5/100ths of an inch an hour.
I see.
He had to get that, you know.
He is, yeah. Multitude of information that we utilize all the time.
That's in my backyard.
I saw him Saturday evening at the parade at Leroy. He was sitting out in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Well, not in the middle.
Well, people saw me there and they just start throwing candy at me. It's a pretty good gig.
Yeah.
Must have looked hungry or something.
He had his lawn chair and everything right there.
I see.
Alan Barrett was the only one that tried to run me over.
Hard to imagine.
Oh, was he in a little car?
Yeah. This dude was clown gig.
Clown gig. Yeah, I couldn't find a signature spot on it.
Must have went on something else and got lost.
I don't remember even George.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
Last time we signed the warrants, we talked about the house, well, the house, the church. Well, upon the head meeting. It did.
Brothers. Milo's got front of it, he fell down. I'm sure they care about that. So,
What's that?
cost of the insurance. Well, it's a, he fell down. He acknowledged there was a problem.
Hear anything from him? Looks like somebody came and got the Salazar's lift, it's gone.
Yeah. It disappeared sometime in the last few days, didn't it?
I just noticed it this morning, so I can.
I take it we'll be talking about that after the update again. Can't wait till it's not a topic.
It happens soon enough.
There are bathrooms in Elizabeth's office.
No, but there's bathrooms.
the one they give out to the inmates.
What?
I think those are the ones that Tom gives out to the inmates. They had different colors or something for each one, wasn't there?
Okay. You're talking about the,
Teachers.
yeah,
That's just.
shirts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Position you're talking about. Working with
You know what?
I'm sorry, the people that take care of the radios. Yeah.
He's got 2 quotes there.
Can you give her a brief? Connie?
There should be
Trying to screw that with.
3 separate pieces of paper from him.
Okay.
And then one from the window people.
Yeah.
We go ahead and pass the piece off when we got done signing it. We talk about this if that suits everybody.
What's that?
Oh, it's a deal for bid, for the class and stuff.
Thank you.
That's part of the consideration. I think they actually have more. That's why
It's just the, certain thing that
like that sticky community down in the southeast corner. I put some buffers and fencing around it. That's what they have.
I was just looking through here, there's 41 t-shirts where they,
Yeah, we ordered shirts for our office.
Oh, I thought that was with the gym.
No, it's shirts for our office. This Coffee County Creator's Office on it.
41
It's cheaper
shirts.
than, we gave everybody, 5 days a week, and then there might have been a couple extras in there for me. It's cheaper than paying for somebody else to do them. We did them ourselves. We wrote the shirts and then we did the I-9s and did them ourselves.
Okay, I'm lost. Does every department buy shirts for their
Some
workers
offices
to
do, I don't know.
for everyone?
We've been able to do it in the past and I just assumed it was okay.
Do we clothe everybody? I know we help with the sheriff's department. They have to have,
We're out in the field sometimes, and for people to have identification, not only with their badges, but with shirts, we thought it would be nice to be able to identify ourselves.
thank you.
Any other questions?
So,
How much was it? I didn't even look, I just knew there's 41 of them. It's at the end, I believe,
$870. So what's this? This is just for the glass downtown, or.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So are we done signing other stuff? I just thought we'd wait till everybody was done signing.
Yeah, that,
and we
I,
can pass these
last thing I
around.
got was the,
Yeah,
glass.
yeah, and this is a bid, it's not a bill.
Okay.
But, it's here, this is for replacing the window that got broken the other day, the front sheet is.
So this is the second estimate we got from AAA. The first one was like $1,900. Apparently they sent a revised one to exclude sales tax.
Okay.
That's what the difference is. So this is for that big piece of glass on the east side that got broke on Maribel's. So that's the quote for it.
So, I mean, maybe you're familiar with this. I mean, it sounds high to me, but I'm sure those big pieces of glass are.
It's a big piece of glass, and honestly, it's like $1,000 less than I anticipated.
Really?
So.
Okay, you understand, that's just something I have no
Definitely.
knowledge about.
Yeah. It's a big piece of glass, and this, obviously, labor mileage on here is $800 of it, $810 for labor. The glass itself, they only got it $894. It's just the labor.
Is insurance paid?
Have not heard a word.
I'm just curious.
Haven't heard a word. So the next 3 pages that we got in there, front one here, I can start this project week of August 25th, and 50% down for mobilization materials and lift rental. And then if you go to the next 2 pages, there under bid 1, it has 405 Neosho Street.
Okay.
And you read down there through his proposal, remove brick in the north elevation that have collapsed, remaining brick are in stable and sound condition, match existing closely as possible, shall be laid up without corbels to the original height of the parapet. A new mud cap shall be installed at the brick top for the roof to be installed, and exterior masonry joints will be inspected and tuck pointed as necessary. And that's for the 405, the one that actually collapsed. And you can see the bid amount there for $17,750. And then you go to the next sheet, it's 407 Neosho, which is the building beside it. And we propose taking that corbel down that's cantilevered over all of that weight and go back up with a straight wall to match the 405 and have them symmetrically, cosmetically the same. And then obviously the same thing, and put a mud cap on top, inspect the joints, tuck point as necessary.
Will it be shorter than it is now, the west?
Only 2 or 3 courses down.
Okay.
So.
Okay, but they'll try to match.
Right. Yeah, we gotta keep it up high enough so the roof on the back can come up and tie into it and then wrap the liner over it.
Okay.
That's what the plan is. So that's kind of the summary of what he sent me the other day. And
So that's 35,000 total,
yeah,
17, well,
17,750.
53 for each of them,
Yeah.
75 for each. 17 is the half of it,
Yeah.
is the total cost.
17,750 for each building, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So
And like I said, that first sheet, he's got materials and what, I don't know what else he had left in there. Rental of some stuff and
Is the insurance gonna take care of his lift? Didn't you say it was?
I talked to a guy Thursday whose name was Chad, who was working on the lift and then that lady's car that got damaged. And when I talked to him Thursday, he asked for a little more details and they gave him what he needed, and I haven't heard a word from anybody, whether it's in regards to the building, the vehicles, or anything.
Is that an adjuster or?
Yeah, it's an adjuster. So.
they'd surely cover those things, I would think, liability.
I would hope, but like I said, nothing definitive from him yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's just kind of the quote that he sent to fix the building. And I didn't tell him anything until it got brought here today, so.
Yes, sir.
And the previous quote to perform the work was
88 something, just to touch.
just on the one side.
Correct.
They've had adjusters, engineers, who knows who else out to look at that building. I'm not sure what exactly they're doing, but you think with the history and track record that Coffee County has and the premiums that are paid, they'd be a little more responsive, in my opinion.
That's with Trust Point.
But
I
just
don't-
went through EMC.
I don't think it's Trust Point, because those ladies up there have been very punctual. They've done their job.
They were out
Within
each time.
15, 20 minutes, the first incident.
They were out twice the first day, and then they've been out several times since then. I think it's EMC, and they've had, what, 2 separate engineers out.
2 or 3 claims adjusters that I've talked to. So it's not with Trust Point, it's with EMC.
Yes.
And Angie, I'm assuming you haven't heard anything from
I've not heard anything.
Guards?
They did, our local agent did let us know that if we needed them to come up, they could come up and speak with you. But, I don't think they've heard anything as of yet.
Okay. Sorry. So anyway, you guys know as much as I do now.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate all your help on that, Mike.
Not a problem.
And I think these folks do, I know they do a good job. They've done some work in regular there, those 2 or 3 buildings.
He does a good job.
So,
I mean, we're to the point now, I guess, when we decide whether we wanna fix it or, well, it's gotta be fixed, but do we wanna sit and wait, or we wanna?
well,
Where do
we've
we-
acknowledged publicly that we had an issue with this wall before. I'm really doubtful that the insurance company's gonna pay any of that loss.
But that was on the roof itself, on the blade, that we had the issue with.
Well, this roof, we already
Oh.
acknowledged that that
Had
it was
it
a
barricaded
problem.
off.
I mean, unless they would pay for this glass or something because it fell, you know, because the brick fell.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm pretty doubtful the insurance company's gonna help us much on that, but I don't know.
I think that's kinda where we all are. Hopefully, we don't have to drag our feet very long, get it done so they can reopen the sidewalk and we can
Exactly.
get rid of the building. He told me he can start this week.
This week, yeah.
So,
So,
I guess the question is, do we wanna have them do it? I mean, as far as I know, the insurance company's got all the information and pictures that they've been out, engineer reports, so they're,
well,
We're gonna have to do something, so I would suggest just to move along and let's get it
Well,
done.
I think so, and I think maybe touch base with Trust Point, tell them we gotta get this done, and let the chips fall,
Yeah.
let's get it done.
I talked to Bobby up there last week, and she said as far as she knew, they could probably just go ahead and get it fixed, whatever
If we
route.
get reimbursed for it.
Right. So,
yeah, that'd be the only question that I think would matter is if they wanted more than one bid, and I don't sound like you can't really find anybody to do such work.
I called 3 or 4 people that do brickwork, and none of them called back, none of them could get to it.
And that's what these people do, is restoration.
Yep.
I mean, that's a big part of
Yeah,
it.
they've done a lot of buildings downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sure sounds like they're a reputable firm and everything.
Oh, I have no doubt about the quality that he puts out.
Yeah.
So.
So in an effort to make this move, do we go ahead and do this, guys?
Yeah, I think
Everybody think?
he can start this week, and I think the sooner we get started, the sooner it'll be done and
Yeah.
get done with that building and.
Probably wait on the glass till the brickwork's done.
I agree.
Maybe somebody else buying the glass.
They actually called me last week, they was coming down here and wanted to know if they could come put that piece of glass in, I told them to sit tight, we wasn't quite
Yeah.
there yet, so.
Yeah.
But it's whatever you guys wanna do, I just brought it up before I.
You probably wanna rescind your previous motion for the 8,000, since that's not,
The scope of working.
that's not live.
Was that on?
It would've been the same guy.
That also.
Yes.
Alright, let me do a quick search to find it.
The original letter I got from him was dated June 10th.
Of this year?
Yeah.
Maybe June.
First thing you know, we'll be worrying about keeping it warm this winter before we know it.
Yeah.
Need to get somebody using it back on the tax roll.
Yeah.
Whatever that price is, in my opinion.
You're done for the day. And when it brings up again till you're ready for it.
What's the name of his company again?
Superior Masonry.
Okay.
Mouse. Battery good. And you want.
I got this here.
Okay.
Doing a search to try to find it. Was it in 2024?
No. June
Oh wait,
10th,
okay, I think I might have found it. Hold on.
That was the date on his letter, but
Yeah.
kind of when it was brought here, just.
One more. Okay, here it is. It's gotta be bigger than that.
Going down, this 18 inches on this bid, so we're going down a lot further than that now, right, Mike?
From the original height of it?
Yeah, on this original one, it said going down 18 inches.
Yeah. That's about the height of that stack that was up there.
I see.
It was hanging over originally, so.
Okay, okay. So what I mean is there's a reason why it's more.
Right.
Yeah.
And he did say that that's a double course wall up there. It's got some bricks on the inside and bricks on the outside too, so there's apparently a hollow space in the middle.
Oh, really?
He's gotta rebuild all of it.
Oh, that's for insulation? Is that why it's built that way?
Being here, we need insulation, it would save you weight. Probably for the width of it, for stability. Yeah. But part of it would be on the interior of the wall.
I don't know.
Before I was around.
All right. Do I have a motion to rescind the motion dated June 16th, 2025, paragraph 23? Abendroth moved to accept the bid from Superior Masonry and Restoration Incorporated dated 6/10/2025 for 405 Neosho Street to remove and relay brick on north elevation of east building at the building parapet, approximately the top 18 inches, in the amount of $8,250, with funds to come from Economic Development Loan Fund.
I will make a motion to rescind it.
Been motion by Abendroth and seconded by Barker. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
We gotta reword this too.
Pardon me?
We gotta reword this, are you gonna make a new motion?
To accept this.
Yes.
What are we calling it now? Which one are you doing, the first or second? Or both? Or both of them?
Oh, yeah.
We wanted to, I suppose we need to name both of them, the address and the amount. It's the same amount.
And we're doing the glass,
Yeah.
is that separately
Do
then?
we want to make a separate motion for the glass and? That way.
Excuse the company.
Give it that one.
Yeah, I would say so.
If they need to coordinate with the glass company to install the glass after the brickwork's done. I like that idea. Unless Bob's got insurance.
Yeah, the safety barrier up first.
Well, I've had OSB over them the other day to protect the one that didn't get worked out.
Funds and economic development to do both these.
So do we need a motion on each building? Or just combination?
Put them both 405 and 407 Neosho. Exterior repairs or something.
Money to do it in the account, I guess, if she knows something about it.
Oh. it from there, or if you wanna take it from general fund, courthouse general, or if you wanna take it from community improvement reserve. Let me see what general community improvement has real quick.
And there, Angie, on the amount, it'd be 35,
Thirty-five,
35, 5. Does it say
Check
that?
it, but yeah, if it was 18, it'd be 36, so it's 35.5.
So, I need to add more to that motion. I need to add. So, 50% down on the one is 17,750, so that's gonna be,
No, that's half of both of them together.
Yeah.
That's 17.
See, the 17,
Oh, okay,
750 is for each building.
17,750 for each building.
Okay.
Total for each building.
And then 1.5
half of that.
of that total.
Yeah, so it'll be 22,750.
That's the way I understood it.
Correct. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's say here's the keys.
Here's the key.
We're done.
What you did?
Yeah, we're done.
I got those somewhere.
Do you?
Yeah.
We can just walk in off the street, right?
Yeah.
See, glass up front.
That's right.
And they end up living in the apartment in the back of it, but.
It's not a bad apartment back there.
It's small.
It is small.
It can't be very tall. Barker wouldn't fit in very good.
No, you wouldn't.
Big.
Because we didn't want to kick somebody out.
Because you probably need to put something in about waiving the county, we call it
landfill food.
bid
Oh.
procedure. Because of the dollar amount.
Okay.
I mean, you contacted others, and they didn't respond correctly.
For the ones that did, so they couldn't get to it for months.
Would you still refer to that as the sole source, or, I mean, there's others who could do it, but they're not timely, I mean, they can't do it
Waive it for good cause being, time is of the essence.
It's downtown.
well, they're already wanting to know when they,
Yeah.
I mean, that sidewalk's been blocked all summer, basically.
Fortunately, it was when we needed it.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, it'd be good to see you when you get it done, so. Very good, get it over, make your gas.
Huh?
Make your unit.
Let me,
Just need to decide when we get some.
yeah, I'm trying to get my program to open, of course it doesn't want to. There.
Well, if we ever get the sold, we can reimburse whoever we took it from, can't we? If we ever sell it, we can reimburse whatever we took it from. Potentially.
Yeah, this anyhow. Probably not all of it.
think it has to do with, community improvement, must be
I'm
for 7
looking
people.
under the general fund community improvement to see what it is.
Okay.
It's coming up.
Okay.
It's just slow. Monday.
Man call for 7? What? Let a man call for 7?
Okay, so in that one, you have 529,000 left for the year in general fund community improvement. So
What was that dollar amount?
529,000. In courthouse general, you have 614,000 left for the year. And we're in August, so you've got September, October, November, December, you got 4 months left. Since we got rid of capital outlay last year to cut the mill levy down, so we've kind of gives you a tighter window on where to take things from. And then you have the community improvement reserve, which you still have money there. Or if you're wanting to do economic development, that's up to you. You've got, in economic development, you've got 295,000 still. I don't know how much of that you might be using for any other things this year.
In the loan.
No, just the economic development.
That all arose from economic development, right?
That's where everything else has been taken from, with the thought that once this property is resolved, that the proceeds go back into that fund, since that's where it's been.
I mean,
See,
this other loan money and stuff's already out there, right?
The other loan?
Well, you're talking about just economic development.
Yeah, that's separate from our loan money.
Yeah.
would you just take the 260 some thousand?
296.
Would just take it out of there, and then if we got rid of the building, then, in that way, that would keep everything within that.
Yeah.
That's what we've done
Yeah,
so
yeah.
far, I think.
Yeah.
Is it okay to leave it, come out of there,
I
guys?
pay for it out of there and then whatever proceeds,
I'll go
put
into
them back
one
in.
line,
Back in the,
upside down. Okay, I have a motion to waive the county purchasing policy as to competitive bidding for good cause, as timely bids were unable to be received, and to accept the bid from Superior Masonry and Restoration Incorporated, dated 8/20/2025, for 405 and 407 Neosho Street, for mobilization, materials, and lift rental, and to remove and relay brick on east and north elevation of east building to the original height of the parapet, approximately the top 18 inches. A new mud cap installed at brick top for new roof, inspection of mortar joints and tuck point as necessary, in the amount of $35,500. Funds to come from Economic Development Fund.
Can I change some wording just slightly? Instead of, at the second line, for good cause, instead of timely bids, can we put bids for timely work? So, waiving the county purchasing policy as to competitive bidding for good cause as bids for timely work order,
Okay.
Sure.
That's
my
yes,
thought
sir.
anyway.
Yes, sir, I agree.
And the 820 is when they sent it in, so that we wouldn't use today as accepted. I'm just asking.
The acceptance.
Okay.
The bid, I guess the bid dated that day.
The bid was dated that day, but I guess my question is, we're accepting it to,
However you wanna word that. I mean, the letter is dated 8/20, but,
That's,
and I'm just asking,
yeah,
okay?
yeah. Let's see, let me think for a second, when was we received? To accept the bid letter from Superior Masonry and Restoration dated 8/20/25, and then we could say effective 8/25/25.
Okay.
Does that
Yeah.
help?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Because that reflects when the bid was received and.
And when it's
and
approved, or we could say approved 8/25/25, or accepted, how do you wanna, dated 8/20/25, accepted 8/25/25,
might be better.
okay?
Very good.
The only other one I see Angie's done there on a new mud cap installed at Brick Top for a new roof. Can we put in there, mud cap installed at Brick for completion of new roof? It'd be about the fourth line up.
Yeah.
For
For the completion of the new roof.
like that?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay. As you were reading, there was one question I had. Okay, so in the middle, for mobilization, materials and lift rental, and to remove and relay brick on east and north elevation, and then of east building to the original height. Something doesn't sound right there. Okay. Remove brick on north elevation of east building.
Yeah.
Remove and relay brick on east and north elevation.
That's not.
You read this to repair parapet.
Are we doing something on the east elevation? Are we doing something on the east elevation?
He's gotta take the brick back up.
Okay, all right, I understand.
Maybe it's fine. So east and north elevation, this is all occurring on the east building. Okay, so I need to leave that then.
But then we need to say something about,
Because it involves the east building as the front, and then the west building
yeah,
Gonna
we're
take
not,
all that brick off.
off.
yeah, we're not mentioning the west building.
Do we need to say something about the west building?
Can we just put it for exterior masonry repairs on both buildings or something simplified?
That's what it would be.
So tell me what to take out. Where do I start? Where it says, and to remove relay brick on east north elevation of east building to the original height of the parapet, and just put repair.
Repair exterior brickwork on both buildings?
Okay, how's that?
Yep.
What's everybody think? Shall I read it again if everybody, if it suits everybody? Move to waive the county, a motion to waive the county purchasing policy as to competitive bidding for good cause as bids for timely work were unable to be received, and to accept the bid letter from Superior Masonry and Restoration Incorporated, date 8/20/2025, accepted 8/25/25 for 405 and 407 Neosho Street for mobilization, materials, and lift rental, and to repair exterior brickwork on both buildings with a new mud cap installed at Bricktop for the completion of the new roof. Inspection of mortar joints and tuck point as necessary in the amount of $35,500. Funds to come from Economic Development Fund. The only thing is it says, I hate to keep beating this, but it says exterior brickwork on both buildings. Should we say on the front face of both buildings? I mean, this says that they're gonna check over the whole building, doesn't it? The way it's worded now.
Would have added on both buildings, front face or north face.
Yeah, north face, yeah. I'm not trying to pick at it, but I just, you know, so it's not interpreted wrong. To repair exterior brickwork on both buildings, front north face, with a new mud cap installed at Bricktop for the completion of the new roof. Inspection of mortar joints and tuck point is necessary in the amount of $35,500. Funds to come from the Economic Development Fund.
I'll move. Second.
Moved by McCurry, seconded by Amendroth. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Just about beat that puppy to death, you know?
We did.
Perfect now.
It's done, right?
Yeah.
At least we got it done today.
It's true.
I can hear Angie over there growling just a little.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
No, I love having these because it helps so much.
Just want to try to
No, I'm
describe what we're talking
Yeah.
about. I hate picking at stuff, but, so, what about the glass now? We want to,
Oh, sure, and I'm gonna just put that game in. Okay, so, are we gonna waive again?
I'm sorry.
I would guess,
Waive again? Well, you don't have to because it's under the
dollar figure. Isn't it?
yeah, sorry. I didn't look at the dollar amount before I said that.
And we'll just wait until the brick stuff is done before they,
That's what Mark wanted, so.
yeah.
Preference.
Take one thing out of the equation, right?
They probably want to do it before they do the brickwork, but.
Right,
And the track record with that building.
yeah.
So, just, replace the glass. Is it on just one of the buildings or both?
Just 405 Neosho.
And it's only a single pane. Right? Just a large pane.
Probably tempered. Large pain. It's a big thing. The whole thing's been the same.
Motion to accept the estimate from AAA Glass dated 8/13/2025, accepted 8/25/25 for total single glass pane replacement and supplies, labor, and mileage on 405 Neosho Street. We want a dollar figure in there.
Oh, yeah. In the end, I think.
And mileage on 405 Neosho Street in the total amount of $1,789.32. Funds to come from Economic Development Fund. I'll move. Moved by Thompson, seconded by Barker. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Just on the pain, you know why? That doesn't affect the motion.
Sounds the same, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It should be PAIN. Okay. So, we ready for roundtable?
That wasn't a round table.
That went around and around the table.
Several times.
How about you, Mr. Bowie? You wanna go first or last?
It doesn't matter.
What's up on the screen and trying to look at the two buildings, talking about disposing of property, the two properties tied to the hospital. 309 Sanders, which is in the letter, is actually, oops. This is the first building, right?
So when,
That building right there.
right. The one with the red around it.
What's one and two?
That's green.
Yeah, there you go.
So this is 824 North 4th Street, right?
Yeah, but she had 309 Sanders on her letter.
That's why I wanna make sure.
Yep.
Because 309 Sanders is somewhere.
Of course, that's a good number.
309 Sanders, you on the east side of the highway.
Yeah. Bring back memories.
So that's the wrong, 309 would not be a 400.
So it has 309 Sanders.
Yeah, that's the existing medical clinic. What we're talking about, obviously, is on the west side.
Is 824 North 4th Street.
Right.
Okay, I just wanted.
Or I assume that's the correct address, but.
309 Sanders is on the east side of the highway.
Right. So 824 North 4th Street, just so you kind of have an idea, this is all from GIS, it's public record. So appraised value 189,780 for the land and building for 2025.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I'm wanting to maybe isolate and narrow down to sell both of these properties, there needs to be notice that goes out. I don't have the notice prepared because I looked at the address and want to make sure I have to get the property description, put it in a notice, it has to go out to the paper, then you have to pick a date to have a public hearing in accordance with the resolution, and then you also have to pick the method in which you want to sell it, which it can be auction, realtor, whatever it is. So you don't have to decide this today, but just so you know mechanically, going back in time, how that resolution works and how you've done this previously. I just need to know so I can put the notice together so it can accurately represent what's happening and how. So the public can be put on notice, and then if they want to attend. So I guess, and you'll need to do the same thing once the two properties you just spent a lot of time discussing, once the roof is tied to the bricks and everything's where it needs to be, you'll go through that same process under that resolution. So for the two properties, do you have a timeline and an idea of when you want to sell? And then my understanding is at least one or more have some items that still need to be addressed on the inside, and there needs to be time taken into consideration to allow that to happen. I'd assume you wanna have that auction, whatever the way is, accomplished prior to the end of the year, so the sale and turning over the properties occurs before December 31st. So all these things to kind of take into consideration and think of. So I guess question number one, do you have a timeline? Question number two, your mode and method of sale, auction or realtor or sealed bids, whatever it is you want to do. I can plug that into a draft of a notice, bring that back. I'll have to get the property description plugged in as well, and then can go from there. Do you want to do them together? Do you want to do them separate? That kind of thing.
I'd like to see the end of October potentially for a sale date. And list them individually. Someone here may not want the other one anyway, so.
Yeah.
When you said do them at the same time, you didn't mean as a package,
Right.
did you?
Yeah. Just
do
do
both.
it at the same day.
Okay.
I guess to me, I wouldn't be in favor of listing them with a realtor, because then we're gonna sit here and dink around with, say, made an offer, bring it back to us, and we advertise it, all interested parties be on notice, be there at an auction and bid, and we get this thing closed out. Other than that, we're gonna be dragging our feet, is my opinion. And obviously, we can decide if we want some kind of a minimum on that.
Release sealed bids with a minimum.
So there had been mention at one point in time, previously, Cameron Roth had helped. I don't know if he was planning on helping again. The last time property was sold, he didn't charge the county anything. And I'm not sure if that's the best way to do it, but he indicated previously he did not want, at least when he did it before, a commission. The county had offered to pay advertising costs and anything else that's ancillary to an auction, which really is favorable to the county, but that's only going to be a couple $1,000 or whatever it might be. But just looking for direction. I know these properties, the Maribel's property, are kind of high priority to get addressed. And
I went down last Thursday morning, Jenny and I did, and walked through the medical clinic here. Stacy was there, and physical office, and Dr. Shell was present, and it's pretty dilapidated inside there. It needs quite a bit of work. Several issues with the building that she pointed out the hospital can fix financially. So it's packed full of stuff. They did have a lot of storage in it. I did see today they had 2 dumpsters out there. They were working on it today, so they are trying to help us and get it cleaned out. So.
Right.
But
And by extending the date till the last of October, that would give them enough time to get everything cleaned out.
My opinion is I like Wade's idea about putting it up for auction.
Well, sometimes the sealed bid can be better, but everybody gets a chance to bid all they want to bid, is somebody else forcing them to pay more. That's the only thing.
Unless there's a minimum, I think, either way.
Yeah, and I don't know if we need to post a minimum or not. How are we gonna do that? Can the board be present and make a decision at that moment, whether to accept or?
I think you just establish a reserve, but the way it works, you have the ability, no matter what, to reject any and all offers if you don't,
Right.
if you don't like them, so.
So that could, I guess my thought process is though that reserve wouldn't have to be public, we could decide that, couldn't we? And then let the winning bidder know whether we accept the bid or not, correct? Because I mean, I hate to put a figure on it, and, we want to sell them, but I feel like us putting a minimum on them sets some kind of a precedence of what we think the building's worth, and I don't want to, am I wrong?
Well, somebody potentially has a competitive advantage. You don't want to, if you're going to set it up for auction, it's different than just listing it and then you start off with a number. I mean, people can look at what I just put up on the screen and get an idea that at least from a valuation standpoint, this is the 824, and that's the 189,780. Is that what somebody's going to bid on? I don't know. It sounds like there's some things that need to be done. There'll have to be some disclosure paperwork put together that if there's anything that's known, then you're required to do that by law and then kind of go from there. So is the 189,780 realistic?
So if you reject any and all bids, you gotta start the process over again, correct?
Pardon me?
If we end up rejecting all bids, then we'd have to start the whole process over again.
Yep. Send out a new notice and do it all over again.
Right. But
I mean, just to be clear on that.
yeah, right, but they wouldn't have to be.
We'll go back in time to the Sunset Manor up in Waverly, and this is going to follow a similar process. That one was sealed bid, so it's a little different, where this would be a public auction. Sealed bid, there was one that came in, and because the bid was the only bid, and there was some negotiation going on, like if you were selling your own property, it wasn't publicly acknowledged until the end what that process was, because there were some internal mechanics and some wants on one side and not the other that had to be taken into consideration regarding, if I recall right, there was a generator, like the generator was the center of part of the negotiation. Ultimately, that property on county appraisal was appraised at, I think, $800,000. It sold for $650,000. Don't quote me on that, somewhere in that neighborhood. But
570.
maybe what?
575, I think.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Is when it came to,
But part of the reason why is when the appraisal was done, it included that property as if it had all of the equipment on the inside. It didn't, and that sort of changed the dynamics on that property. So you need to look at the number here, and then if need be, take that into account when you're looking at what would be an appropriate reserve to think of. And I don't know what that is. That's not my.
Right. Well, I guess my thought would be, if you have public auction, and you knock it off to your high bid, everybody else has had the chance to advance their bid. So at that point, you're only dealing with that one person, unless you have to reopen and start the process again. But everybody else has already dropped out. They've already had the opportunity to bid. So let's just say somebody bids us $100,000, and we decide we want to sell for $110,000. And I feel like we're within our rights to go back and negotiate with that person. You've already established the public market of it by having it at auction.
because everybody else has dropped out.
Because everybody else has dropped out. They've had the opportunity to buy. Because if you did seal bids, seal bids, I guess you'd still have your high bid, but
But there's
and
no
those other
competition.
people would say, well, I didn't get a chance to match what you wanted or whatever. You know, whereas if you do the auction, they've already had the chance to compete against other people in the public. And that would be your person you'd be possibly trying to work a deal with if you didn't get to where you wanted to be.
I'm okay with public auction, and then if the bid isn't up where we think it should be, then you can reject the bids. If it's in the ballpark, then do it again.
Yeah, I guess I'm more in favor of an auction, just for the competitive part of it, as far as being able to bid.
What I'll do is I'll put together a draft of the public notice with, I have some direction, and then hand it out to you. You don't have to necessarily make a decision on it just yet, since the end of October is what you're thinking. And then at some point, probably in early September, you're gonna have to kind of get it out so it can be.
Right. People need a chance to decide if they're interested, get their financing lined up, whatever. What about the Leroy property? What's the appraisal on it, you know?
Let's find out. I was gonna say early September starts next week.
Now that we're August is when you can say what year.
Zoom to it.
I mean, I think it has some possibilities to be, I don't know.
So land and building,
Or something.
69,
That's a pretty nice building, isn't it? Yeah.
Pretty good shape. Pardon?
69,180 for tax year 2025.
That was me.
Take some parking lot up there and make a yard for your house.
Yeah.
What's the square footage on that? $1,200.
That's got a slab porch and asphalt parking. So that's at least a starting point.
Yeah.
So that's what I had for that. I just felt like it needed to get off
Yeah.
center.
Yeah, we need to start moving on it.
An update on the Vito CID and improvement up there. I've been having weekly, sometimes semi-weekly discussions with Kutak Rock. If you remember Bridget Morris from Kutak Rock, she's been in contact with TA's local council and then corporate council. If you remember, some of the parking lot and some other areas of that property were identified as potential areas that could fit the tangible improvement that needs to be needed, and we're focusing on TA, that property right now, pursuant to the agreement that was originally entered with this, to open the CID in that area. the high-level summary is TA has relayed to Kutak Rock, who's relayed to me, that they're in support of what the county is recommending, and there may be a small addendum to the original agreement that would allow TA to find someone who can do the work, that the scope of work would be approved by the county, and then the county would reimburse with CID funds up to a certain amount for those improvements. So the focus area recently has been to asphalt that's in the parking lot that has deteriorated and is a significant need in several areas, and that the county would reimburse up to a certain amount. So that's the update. They indicated that Bridget indicated that they believe everything can be completed and the improvements made prior to December 31st of 2025. So, if you recall, that's sort of been just communication has been our biggest obstacle, because we're dealing with multiple layers and corporate counsel is in the state of Massachusetts.
Is there any reason why they might find somebody instead of using somebody like we did, like Kilo or something around here?
Well, that may be who they use. They just want to.
I didn't know if they had a reason for that, or I'm just curious.
That I don't know. I think they just, it may end up being someone like Kilo.
Is it possible that they're wanting to do more than just what we had, or that?
It could be, that part.
It might be.
So.
Because God only knows
that
it.
Flexibility.
Right.
I think if the county's contributing through the CID funds up to a certain amount, maybe that opens up their umbrella of opportunity to get some much needed other things done in that area. That helped push them over the edge. I don't know. That's an internal dialogue with. I mean, I don't think the county needs to be responsible for going on to someone's privately owned property and sort of saying you need to do X, Y, and Z. The county's obligation is to provide the funding for that tangible improvement, and can help contribute, but the county has to be a part of that scope of work and not just have a blank check.
The responsibility ends after it's done. They choose someone out there, so we're not liable. It's all jacked up afterwards.
Yeah. So let's say, for instance, typically, and I've talked with Kenny Roney and Ryan on, because of the heavy semis that go through, you want a certain base, and if they choose to put less of a base than what the county would put on its own property or recommend, then that's up to them. But the longevity of what's going to be there will potentially be impacted by what your base is. So, I think for today that'll probably do it. Unless you have something for me.
We got a few things written down here. I know we worked hard on this taxes and everything. I hope we all listen to that, and I do know you've taken some phone calls, I've taken some phone calls. We talked a lot about
people get on fixed incomes, that we take that into consideration, especially when we do this next year. I think there's a lot of places that if we have to, we can go to. Hopefully next year's a better year. I think there's a lot more people out there in the county than what we just saw today that have those same sentiments that these people do. And I do know we worked hard, and I know you guys got real sick of me questioning everything about what the.
No, we didn't. I didn't anyhow.
But I just, you know, maybe think back on that next year. I hate to see anybody talking about fixed incomes and maybe have to give up a place, and it's sad to think that they're not gonna be able to stay in Kansas, because we have one of the lowest taxes ever, or out of all the counties, and we just need to keep plugging away on it.
Well, and I apologize for my comment before, and that didn't come out how I intended it. What I was trying to say is we all pay taxes. I don't think any of us enjoy it. You know?
None of us do.
And, you know, I take it very seriously. And,
Well, and it wasn't that we just made a quick decision on it.
No, we worked hard on it.
We worked hard on it.
We worked a long time on there, but sometimes I just felt in the back of my mind, we could look a little deeper and a little harder, and next year we can do that.
right.
I know why we did what we did this year. I mean,
Yeah,
the hospital was the main thing, and then the employee benefit.
And I hope that all gets worked out in the next couple of months before they start again, because that was a major deal there.
Right.
But, I just want people on the TV, we did work hard on that.
We did.
I know.
So, but I just, you know, there was some sentiment there that, like, we rubber stamped it, and we didn't rubber stamp it.
Oh, heavens, no.
No, and you know, we're open to public comment at the end of every meeting, and it's not, we hear what they're saying.
You know,
We know what they're saying, we understand why. We're not turning a deaf ear to it. It affects all of us.
Well, we started at 63 mills proposed, and
Got it down to 50.
got it to 54.
Yeah.
And there was several departments in the county that came forth and returned a bunch and helped us out, so there was a lot of work that went into it, Todd's right.
And if you remember right, we also, not only did we trim here and there on different departments, but we asked a lot of the departments to trim their budget by 1%.
1%.
That's not much at all, but we left off, we did not touch sheriff. I don't think we touched county attorney either, and a few other things that we thought were essential, but when it comes to this point next year, if it gets down to it, I think everything is fair game.
Fair game, yeah.
Right.
But hopefully we don't get to that point.
Right.
And we'll have a better idea how everything else is going.
Well, it's just, I view it that there's not a good answer, because the problem here for the majority of these people is inflation. You know, and insurance has gone rampant. That's a huge thing for them. And I know taxes have gone up too, but houses are selling for those values. That's the problem. I know, you know, the appraiser catches a lot of the brunt of that. She doesn't set the housing markets. You know, that's what the houses are selling for. And if you feel yours is appraised inaccurately, they need to come in and protest it and see if they can get something done. We've had some get lowered, you know.
And some were increased.
Yeah.
When they came in. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that could be, so that's the risk you run. But if you feel you're actually over, then you need to protest it, you know.
The other thing, did we get a letter out, or I haven't checked the email or anything with the spreading?
That's a legal
Okay.
discussion that, if you wanna talk about that, I could probably cover it in a 10-minute executive session. There's some.
You wanna try to do that, or?
I think it'd be worth you guys hearing kind of what we talked about the other day.
Okay. Yeah. I'd like to put minutes on top of their, but before then for a brief break.
Good.
Before we go in, okay? So,
I'm gonna pull one in real quick.
okay. You think 10 minutes would?
Is it okay to finish round table and see if Tiny has anything, and then just do the executive session at the very end? Is that okay?
Yeah. I think I can wait that long.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Here, we talk about that.
Depends on how long.
Do you have anything?
I'm done. I don't have anything. Nothing? Nothing.
I think everything else we've already talked about, everything I was thinking. Angie?
Just check the vouchers Wednesday, kind of a little confusion on that, but if you can be here at 9, we'll get them done.
So we will be recessing instead of adjourning.
Yeah. And so Wade, would this be, regarding legal advice and our opinion regarding county options for solid waste and wastewater again, like last week, or something else?
It's the,
Attorney-client?
yeah,
And then just regarding legal advice?
yeah. And I know it says solid legal advice regarding land, what do you call that? Beneficial land use. Beneficial land use application, which is really what it should have said last week, and I couldn't think of that.
Okay. To ask for, go ahead.
Oh, these 10 minutes, okay.
I'd ask for a motion to enter into executive session. Are we gonna, I guess we are done. Yeah. For 10 minutes to include each of the commissioners and County Councilor Wade Bowie to discuss matters deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship regarding legal advice, regarding beneficial land use application under the Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319, B2.
I'll make that motion.
McCurry's moved. Did you second that?
Barker did.
Oh, Barker seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. We will enter in at 12:31. Oh my.
You didn't think I could make it, did you?
Nope. To be honest with you. Okay.
So we're back in session. No action taken in the previous executive session. So, anybody else have anything left for the day?
Did we
Yes.
sushi at round table?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just reminded you of text the vouchers Wednesday.
Okay, okay. So, Tiny left, I guess he didn't have anything to tell us.
He's not out there.
Okay, okay. All right. Very good. Well, I guess if nobody has anything, we'll adjourn at 12:42.
Adjourn
Or not adjourn, but recess.
Recess.
Recess till Wednesday.
Until 9 a.m.
9 a.m.